I am Daniela Kaporosi. I am a professor of applied biology at the University of Rome Foro Italico in Italy, of course. This university is the only public university in Italy fully devoted to movement sciences and sport. Although my roots are in, I would say, research and teaching in medicine.
My name is Tuija Tamelin, and I'm working as a research director at Like's Research Center for Sport and Health Sciences in Jyväskylä, in Finland. And I make research in the area of physical activity and health, and especially among young people and children.
My name is Rodžer. I'm from the United Kingdom, and I was professor at the University of Chichester, but I have been retired for seven years now. I'm still active in research and that's the reason I've been invited over here, but I am no longer part of an academic institute.
What are your reasons for coming to Serbia?
Okay, there would be many reasons actually. First of all, Serbia is a nice country. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to come here just for tourism, in the sense that I would like to, but the main reason were for my academic job, I would say. My first time in Serbia was actually in Belgrade more than 10 years ago, I think, when people from this country organized a very big conference in sport and movement sciences, and that was invited to give a lecture at the time. So we were in Belgrade. But then, of course, I maintained contacts with scientists from this country, but then now it happened that my university and also 3 different universities from this country, including the University of Novi Sad, we are all involved in a European project from the Tempus, the former Tempus Action.
Did you have a chance to be in Serbia before? This is your first time, right?
This is my first time, and I was very delighted to get an invitation to this Congress, and I was very happy to get an opportunity to visit your country.
This is your first time in Serbia, but this isn't your first time on Balkans.
It's certainly the first time in Serbia. 50 years ago, I hate to say this, but 50 years ago, I made a short trip as a student, coming up through Greece, through Macedonia, eventually to Dubrovnik. And that was a long time ago. But this area has always fascinated me. I've travelled down the Adriatic coast on a boat and looked at the coast and wish I could have moved over to the Balkan area and explored it. But I've never done it up to now. And this has been a great opportunity.
You were here for the first time 10 years ago, so you know a lot of things.
Belgrade.
In Belgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know a lot of things about Serbia. But what were your expectations before your first coming?
That's right. You know, 10 years ago, we are talking about more than 10 years ago. I think that it was, I don't remember honestly, but it was, I think, 2002, 2004, so a few years after the war. At that time, probably we all were not really sure what we are going to find. And for sure, you can, at that time, you could see some of the negative aspect of what happened in Serbia. But still, at that time, so early after the war, all people were really confident and optimistic. I mean, local people, about the future.
I didn't have any special expectations before I came. I just knew, I saw the program here and saw that it's very interesting, and was very eager to take this opportunity to meet people here and discuss about projects and science with local scientists and
Can you tell me one memory maybe from that trip 50 years ago? What was the most interesting that you remember?
Oh, I have two very
Don't
funny...
be shy.
No, I have two very funny stories, but they take a little bit of time. Soon after crossing from Greece, we were walking along, just two students, two 20-year-old students, and we came to a small village, and we were passing some fields, and two people offered us some watermelon, very large watermelons. We were carrying rucksacks, and so we each had a watermelon, and the weight of this watermelon this was serious exercise. So we couldn't put it down because that would be impolite. So we had to walk all the way through the village, each carrying a watermelon, and our arms were eventually sagging down. It was terrible. But that was, I ended up in that particular trip in Dubrovnik, but at that point I'm very sorry to say we ran out of money and we eventually had to get some help and return back to the UK. Otherwise I would have probably still been there for another week or two. It would have been fantastic.
I didn't know what I should expect, but then I really had a kind of a positive feedback from the country. Of course, then traveling in other part of this region, like Kosovo, for example, that was something different. But you know, Balkans are a nice region with marked, I would say, difference, but all people really are looking for the future, especially young people. To be honest, I cannot see much difference in young people from this part, from Pristina, from Albania. I think that the best achievement of this European project is to see all these young people from all these 7 different universities from Balkans, together with students from European universities, enjoying together, you know, university training and just discussing and just trying to improve their knowledge and the society.
And what are your impressions now about Novi Sad, because this is your first time here?
Well, I was at the university yesterday morning, and we looked out of a window, and I saw this large body of water, which I assumed was a lake. I had no idea the Danube was here. So I was delighted to find that the one river that I've always wanted to see. I sort of rather romantic ideas of rivers. There are 2 or 3 really great European rivers, of which probably the Danube is the best to see.
What are your first impressions about Serbia when you came here?
I think that the conference has been very well organized. I got very exact information and a good communication before the conference, and here the hospitality has been very, very good and very warm. Everyone has very warmly welcomed us, and that's something, the first feelings of your city.
Fantastic sunshine, wonderful climate, but the Danube.
Yeah.
The first time I've ever done that.
We have very nice songs about the Danube, so you should listen to them.
Okay. But it is not the blue Danube.
It is not.
It's not yet, at least. Maybe one day. But it's not the blue Danube, which I am told that, is it Strauss who composed the blue Danube?
Yeah, beautiful blue Danube, but it's now green or grey or brown.
It will be blue one day, I'm sure.
It will be blue.
Moj Dunave, kakve mi vesti vode donose, jesam li još uvek, sam bez ikoga, pusta obala Dunave.
Now we have been working together for the last 3 years. I would say that this project has been quite successful so far, and so I've been here, you know, just for academic reason, and today I'm here because they invited me as a scientist to give a lecture on my research interest.
Can you tell me something more about your work with students and what is different in the UK and here?
That's quite difficult. I really don't know what's different. I've had a very fortunate life, very fortunate career. Yes, I've worked with humans in sport physio, sport exercise, but I've also spent a good part of my time working with racehorses, with greyhound dogs, even racing camels. So I work on exercise, but not just on humans, but also in other large animals. My career has taken me through to Asia. I worked with the Korea National Sport University. I enjoyed long periods of working with their students, working with students in the United Kingdom, and now meeting for the first time students here in Serbia.
What do you have to say about your colleagues, some kind of people, professors here that you met?
I think we have had very good discussions and communications during the conference, and I have enjoyed a lot. And after the conference, I also have an opportunity to talk with PhD students, and I will give a lecture and discussion, a couple of hours discussion with them, and so we can continue discussion with researchers here.
So far, my impression from my colleagues from Serbia is very good. I mean, they are very much looking for international collaborations. So, both from the academic point of view or scientific point of view, more strictly scientific point of view, that means research collaboration, people from Serbia, they are very, very open and looking to the possibility to collaborate.
Can you tell me, are we healthy people today? Is enough sport in men's life?
We're moving away from the active life. I'm lucky. I still, I'm 72 years old. I still play badminton 2-3 times a week. I try to go swimming 2-3 times a week. A healthy, active lifestyle is absolutely fundamental for me. That's my world. But I'm very sorry to say that, most people in my age group in the United Kingdom and other countries I go to are far more sedentary, than less active, and we're not paying respect to our past evolution, our history as a people, as a species, is one of very, very active, high activity.
Do I look like a healthy and sports guy, or I should change something?
Yeah,
do you see something in my eyes?
Some children are very fit and very active, but in Finland we have the same situation as in all modern countries. There is a lot of physically inactive children, and nowadays children spend a lot of time in sitting in front of TV, in front of computers. And that is the situation that we would like to change a little, to decrease excessive sitting and increase physical activity, both at leisure time, but especially now in Finland at school context.
The last few years, the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, we've become so much more sedentary, and I worry when I see all the computers and the computer games, the telephones, everything seems to be a sit-down activity, and there's less and less physical activity. I want to see much more, and I would encourage anybody, even in later years, to try to get back to some sort of activity, because it just gives you so much more fun, and it keeps you alert, and it's just good for you.
Nowadays we have an ongoing large program in Finland. It's called Finnish Schools on the Move program, and the aim is to we try to make the school day in Finnish comprehensive schools more physically active and pleasant. And usually nowadays I talk about topics related to this theme, and we try to develop means and tools for teachers and school staff how to make school day physically more active.
Sometimes I would love to get the computers and throw them on the floor, and I get so frustrated sometimes by that. I wish people would write me letters instead of sending me emails, especially these little short ones. So I look forward to the postman and a big long letter, and I haven't had a letter for at least a couple of years now.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to send me a letter, I'm grateful.
Novi Sad they really had a very nice impression of not a young university. It's not so young university, but with a very young spirit. I don't know if all professors here are, of course, taking care of their history, of tradition, but they are very much looking for the future of the new generation of academics.
Did you have a chance to learn some Serbian words?
No, but what I've been doing is, this is one of the first times I've seen the Cyrillic alphabet. So, and I'm fascinated by this. This is an alphabet which I would like to know. So every time I'm sitting in somebody's office and they have, for example, this morning I was sitting in one of the offices, they had a calendar, January, February, March, April, May, June. So I could see the Cyrillic characters. I knew what the months were. So slowly but surely I could place the Cyrillic character for February, for F, for different letters. And I was surprised at how close. We are looking at names of months, so it's fairly standard. But it's just amazing when you can see this.
Everybody has been very polite and used English all the time, so I haven't had opportunity yet to learn.
What would you suggest? I mean, what would be the best words to...
Maybe zdravo. Hi.
Okay.
Or ciao, you know ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Yeah, ciao. This is very surprising. Sometimes I heard my colleagues just talking in the mobile, and they are just saying super. Okay, super is international, but ciao.
Hi.
Hi, hello, zdravo.
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 Da.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay. Thank you is hvala.
Skvala.
Hvala. Yeah.
Hvala.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
And I told you for želi.
Yes,
Želi,
yes.
cheers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think those are two important words.
The Cyrillic alphabet is one of the most attractive alphabets, and I have always been fascinated and would always like to be able to write and understand the Cyrillic alphabet.
Yeah. When we edit this interview, you will see your name in Cyrillic alphabet, and everything that you said right now, it will be in Cyrillic. So we will have plenty of material to...
I promise I will memorize it, because I will really enjoy that.
And pizza, of course, also. It's an easy word to learn.
We like pizza.
Yeah, I like pizza. I'm a little bit skeptic, to eat pizza outside Italy, because maybe my expectation is something different, but I can see that you can eat pizza everywhere in Serbia.
Of course. Well, but when you are here, you should try something national, something.
I did. I usually do. And to be honest, you have very, very nice soup. The soup are super, and of course the meat. The meat is very good. Yeah, no. When I'm here, I usually eat traditional local food.
It's good and healthy.
It's good. It's good and healthy.
Not so much, but...
But it's good. It's good. And we should care about health. This is my priority in research, but let's also have some fun,
Did you get a chance to take a walk around the city, somewhere in the center maybe, or Petrine Fortress maybe?
Yes, I have had an opportunity to take a little walk in the city center, in the walking streets, and everything looks very interesting, small cafes and old buildings. And later today we have an opportunity to go to Fortress and see a little more.
And can you tell me something more about your hometown or your city? Where do you live now?
Jyväskylä is the city in the middle of Finland, and the size of the city is about half of Novi Sad. And in wintertime we have very good real winter with a lot of snow, and lakes are frozen, and we have skating tracks on the lakes, and in summertime we have good summer, and so we have 4 very different seasons.
Yeah.
And at this moment it was very nice to visit summer here in Novi Sad, because in Finland we had only 4 degrees Celsius at this moment.
Oh,
for me, this was a kind of visit to summer before spring in Finland. Yeah.
You can go to the beach now.
Yeah, weather has been wonderful.
What would you like to bring back home from Serbia?
Memory?
Memories. Yes, memories. Huh?
No, I think I take back memories. I've had a really enjoyable 2 days, and I had no idea what I was going to find when I came here. I'm really impressed by the cooperation between the former states of Yugoslavia. Here at this meeting, everybody is represented. I think the academic institutes are working so well together, and this I wasn't expecting. So while I've been here, yes, I came to Serbia, but I'm talking with people from Croatian universities, Macedonian universities, just all the different, Slovenian, all the different universities within the former Yugoslavian countries. And that is, for me, the best thing that I've seen.
Nice.
And I've really enjoyed.
Nice. It's nice to hear that.
My plans are still to be able, of course, to maintain the standard of my scientific research, trying, of course, to support the young people. This is not easy in Italy, as probably is not easy everywhere in Europe, because of, as you know, because of the economic crisis. Usually one of the first decrease in national investment, at least in Italy, is on education and research. I know that shouldn't be, but in Italy has been like this for the last years.
In research field, we are going to continue the studies related to promotion of physical activity among children, and especially among teenage children. And we are going to continue to intervention studies and try to find out good methods and tools for schools to make this work at school level better. That's the plans for the next years.
Yeah. You talk very nice, and I'm sure that all our students are listening very careful, and that they have a chance to learn a lot from you. So it's really nice to have you here. And I hope you will come back to Serbia. What will be the main reason for you? Would you like to come here with friends, family, maybe just for a visit?
I think I would like to visit both visit and meet the researchers here again, and also for a holiday someday.
I already have some contacts with people from the Faculty of Medicine in the University of Belgrade, and also from this university. They have a very, very nice and promising research group in exercise physiology. They are really doing, I would say, state-of-the-art research in this field, and I really am looking for the possibility to collaborate. But as you know, the first priority is to find research grant, and then you can do research. So probably one of the priorities will be to try really to apply together with the international consortium and to be able to collect nice and good research funding, and this is probably the priority for people in Italy, here in Serbia or whatever. What
are your plans, and we will have a chance to see you again here?
Oh, I'm coming back. There's no question about that. Now I've seen what I've seen. I plan to come back. I can't for a few months, but I will be back within the next 12 months. And I intend to come back, not to work, but to rent a car and travel. I want to see the Balkan area. I want to see all those countries now, to all the people I've been speaking to. I want to go to more of Serbia. I want to see Macedonia. I want to see Croatia. I want to see all those different countries. This is an area which combines history, I'm fascinated by Romans. It's an area that combines history. You're the crossroads of Europe, the crossroads of the world almost. You've got north, east, north, south, east, west. This is a fascinating area. You've got a geography which is just one of the best in the world. And no, I have to come back.
Great.
You will see me back in 12 months.
It will be great to see you again here.
12 months.
Great. Stay active.
Stay active.
And
yes.
see you again in Serbia.
Okay,
Thank you very much for a beautiful interview.
I hope we will see you again here, and we'll have another maybe conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Let's go on sport now.
Yeah, yes, thanks.
Thank you very much for a beautiful
Very
conversation.
welcome, thank you. I really enjoyed this interview and I hope that this was what you were expecting
Yeah,
for.
everything was fine.